Hello, it's Dave. It's actually August the 15th today, and it's about 2:30. We're just going to cross over the Cambie St bridge again, and I want to film this again because I like to film it every time I go by, just to let you know, just to let you see what, I can't remember the body of water. I just can never remember the name of this body of water. It's... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's a body of water that goes from the southern part of Vancouver over the water to Vancouver downtown. So it's called, not Burrard Inlet, but it's something. I think I get them mixed up. I keep having to look at the map. I can see them in my brain, but I can't remember the names. Anyway, so here we go, crossing over. The most important part, if we can see, don't worry, I'm okay. If we can see, this part isn't the most important part. It's the part that goes out to the ocean. This is... No, we're not going to North Vancouver. We're going... I can't remember what the body of water is just to the south of downtown Vancouver. It's like... I remember. It goes into False Creek and it doesn't actually go up the Indian Arm, and further in, it ends. But I can't remember the bloody name. It doesn't matter, it's just a name. Isn't that funny? They're such cunts, aren't they? Alright, so here we go. Ocean activity that's fabricated, it's all fabricated. So we're looking eastward. The west, just west of here is where the Pacific Ocean opens up. So that's where we're going. You can see how waterways and the major cities across Canada, at least, and I imagine the case is the same in America, over the last 20 years, the oceans, the lakes, the outside of the city centers have been blocked off with all kinds of either buildings or parks or signage, advertising signage. The whole point is that the inner cities have been enclosed into prison camps now, which is exactly what Vancouver is. It's just a glorified prison camp. When I was in Toronto, as well as I see in Vancouver here, there are people flown all over from the world that are deemed political dissidents or enemies of the rich and powerful, and they've all been dumped into Canada now. That's what Canada now is a giant world prison. And this was done by the Queen before, remember, she turned Australia into a prison camp. That's what she's done with Canada now. So we're just going, I'll just keep this running so we can have a look at what's going on. We're heading north, I believe, on Granville Street. Yes. So we're heading north now towards Burrard Inlet, and then we would cross the water there into North Vancouver. The thing about Burrard Inlet that's intriguing is that when the tide goes out, much of the inlet dries up, and that's one thing I still have to... There's something about that that's important, I just sense, but I still don't know exactly what. But we're just going to keep going up here. I still have no asthma inhaler. It's been 6 weeks. They won't give me my asthma medicine. I have no health insurance. I have no money and no food. So we're being starved of healthcare and food and water, frankly. This is the 5th time today they froze my bank card. So I'm being, frankly, murdered at this point. Things are desperate. They won't return my ID. They won't return the asthma inhalers. They won't return my mother's watch. With no ID, basically I'm being banished off the planet. Even Howard Schultz, the chairman of Starbucks Corporation, 1 month ago they forced him to resign. Allegedly, he's going to be running for a Democrat in the political sphere. They forced him to resign so that I don't even have a ghostwriter or a ghost pen pal that I could write to or talk about. They just are they're removing every form of existence that I have that I've ever been on the planet. Most scary is they won't return my ID, and they actually stole a photocopy of the ID I had in my pocket. They stole that as well. So when you compare that with, or when you add on rather, the 200 people that have been forced out of my life under Bill C-51, it's like I don't even exist.
Street.
This traffic is all fabricated. Remember, we can see from the grass that nobody was here for months and months and months. They brought in all the clones to populate this so that when you beam down from satellite, it looks like a normal city. These people are not human. They're all clones. They're not human. All the animals have fled, remember. That's your litmus test. If all the animals leave, it means there's something dangerous. All the animals in Canada, all that I traveled from Toronto here, even in the Yukon, nothing. Not a single animal to be seen anywhere.
Next stop, West Georgia Street. Transfer for Canada Line Station.
There's a guy there. See that guy sitting down there? That's supposed to be me. That's a criminal harassing way of saying this is what you're going to be after we get through with you. Isn't that pleasant? Oh, I tried that hot dog stand. It used to be good. I do like hot dogs, but after I got one, the next time I went back, they made sure the bun was stale and the hot dog was not cooked. It was boiled, and it wasn't really a beef dog. It was just one of those little thin ones, even though I paid for the full one. Every single thing I do, they have to involve themselves in and fuck around. I got a donut today. I went into the donut store, I told you. My bank card was frozen again, and I went back several hours later. All the Timbits from Tim Hortons, every single one was gone. It was around noon, so that I couldn't eat anything. They're so patronizing and hateful. Very good there, guy. You got me with the eye. They're so patronizing and hateful. They say, well, if you're not going to eat what we're going to feed you, and when we tell you to eat, then you're not going to eat anything at all.
Street. Transfer for Granville Street.
Here we go. I think we'll get off.